I have a data set with 3 columns: customer ID, salesperson, and date. So I want to identify the top 3 salesperson based on the number of customers. But one important thing I must consider, if multiple salesperson shares the same position, I have to record all of them. In my case, you can see Alam and Shah shares the third position, so I have to consider both of them. First, I will solve the problem using Excel 365 dynamic array formulas. Then I will solve it using Power Query, and finally I will solve the problem in PostgreSQL. So the formula I will use group by. In the row field, I will select the salesperson, right comma. In the values, I will select the customer ID, right comma. In the function, I will use two functions as I want to calculate the number of customers and concatenate the customer ID. So I will use HSTACK function. The first function will be count a, right comma, and the second function will be array to text. I'll close the bracket, right comma. In the field headers, I'll write 0. In the total depth, I'll write also 0. I'll close the bracket and press enter. Now I have 3 columns. The first column contains the salesperson. Second and third column, I have the number of customers and the customer IDs. So I will remove the first row. I will use drop function, and in the rows argument I'll write 1. So you can see the first row is gone. Now I will sort this second column in descending order. So there is an argument in the group by function which is sort order. Here I'll write -2. So 2 means the second column and -2 means the table will be sorted in descending order. If I press enter, now you can see the number of customers are in the order of descending. As I want to find the top 3 salesperson and there may be a tie, so first I will find the third position by using the large function. So I will store this result by writing let function, and I will define a name which is a. You can choose any other name, right comma. Now I will write another variable which is b and use choose call function to take the second column. So array will be a and column will be 2. Close the bracket, right comma. Now I will use filter function. Array will be a. In the include, I will write my criteria. First I will select my column which is b, equal and greater than. Now I will use the large function. Array will be b and the k I'll write 3. So it will return the third largest number. So I'll close the bracket and close the bracket, press enter. Now you can see I have my expected result. Now I will solve the problem using Power Query. So first I will load this table. I'll click on data and click on from table/range. So this is the Power Query editor and my table is inside it. So first I will change the data type of each column. So I will select all the columns and click on transform and click on detect data type. But I will transform this column ID into text instead of number. So I'll click on text and select replace current. So I'll group this dataset based on the salesperson. I'll select the salesperson column and I will click on group by. I'll click on advanced because I will create 2 columns. So I'll click on add aggregation. The first column name will be number of sales. The second column will be customers. In the operations under the customers column, I will select all rows and I will click on OK. Now I have 2 new columns. This is number of sales and this is customers. And if I click on this side, this is the inner table for Shah and I will work on this customer ID. So in my code, I will remove this part and write the column name in the square bracket. If I hit OK, now the table has been transformed into list. You can see this is the customer ID. Now I will combine all of them. So I will use text.combine function. Right comma, in the separator, I'll write comma and space. I'll close the bracket and hit OK. Now all my customer ID has been concatenated. Now I will sort this table based on the number of cells in descending order. As I want to take up to third position, so I have to make it dynamic. For the time being, I will select number of filters greater than and equal and I'll write 3. I'll click on OK. You can see the number has been hard coded, so I have to make it dynamic. So first I'll write the previous step which contains the table, so which is sorted rows. I'll write the column name in the square bracket, number of sales, and in the curly bracket I'll write 2, which actually will return the third row value. Now you can see I have the top 3 salesperson based on the number of sales and the value is dynamic. Now I will solve the problem in PostgreSQL. So let me click on it. First I'll call my table by writing select asterisk means the entire table from the table name TopN sales. I'll run this. This is my table. In my expected result, I will have 3 columns: salesperson, number of sales, and the customer ID. So I will delete asterisk and press enter. The first column will be salesperson, write comma, and the second column I will show the number of sales. So I'll use count asterisk and the column name will be number sales or sales number, right comma, and the third column I will show the customer ID. So I will use string agree function because I will concatenate column will be customer ID, right comma, and the separator will be comma and space. So I will press enter. I'll use group by function, so based on the salesperson. If I run this, now you can see I have salesperson, sales number, and string agree. So I will rename the column. The column name will be customers. If I run this, now the column name has been changed. So I have to use nested CTE. So this is my first CTE. So I will use with, I'll give it a name, which is T, as I'll enclose it. Now I will use select asterisk from T. If I run this, I will have the same result. Now I will find the third largest sales number. So I will delete asterisk and select the column which is sales number. If I run this, now I have only the sales number column. So I will order this column in descending order. So order by sales number descending. If I run this, now the value has been sorted in descending order. I'll offset the first 2 rows. So I will use offset 2. If I run this, now the first 2 rows are gone and I will use the limit function, limit 1, to take the first row value. If I run this, now I have only the first value. Now I will write comma and press enter. This is my second CTE. So I'll give it a name. I'll write L, as I will enclose with round bracket. Now I will write select asterisk from T, which is my first table. If I run this, this is my first table. Now I will find the top 3 salesperson based on the cell number. So I have to work on 2 tables. So I'll write 2 table name, which is T and L, and before asterisk I will refer the table which is T, and I will use the while statement. So the criteria is T dot sales number is equal to L dot, I will give it a name which is third value. So I'll write third underscore V. If I run this, I have to write greater than equal. If I run this, now I have the top 3 salesperson. Now I will sort this table in descending order based on the sales number. I will use order by. I will copy this and paste it here and it will be descending. If I run this, and this is my expected result, and the table has been sorted in descending order. I hope you like my approach and thanks for watching this video.